if you misstep, if you're, caught out by for any reason, if Krako goes for an earlier gank and Bull starts to get ahead, it gets really tough to play out. I do think they have the correct matchup here. They had a good read putting the Nico in.
Times feel forced into team fighting, and it comes back to bite them. So I am curious to see how Morgan does on it.
Yeah, we'll have to check in on that later. Sponge is looking for a steal, and he's just going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a control ward that spotted him, but still, just a straight up flip for the smite fight, as Sponge will go down. That's first blood given over to Bull, but I still feel like getting that dragon is worth it this early.
Oh, 100% agree with you, especially when you consider, it shouldn't be possible to get that dragon with the bottom side prio they had.
Even the Azir can get some side lane pressure, depending. And as we can see, Krako's just not here. He's just going into the enemy jungle, and they know this is going on. So Krako's either trying to steal the red or trying to gank a Scion.
0.1 to 17.2 gold lead, but small advantages starting to be generated across the map. And we're going to see potentially a contest here. I say that Yehu will have to TP in first. Okay, decides to stop his back. He has Weaver's Wall, but they're just too slow. And Bro, this time they're going to get the objective for free, and maybe more.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to look for Sponge here, who does have flash and ult, but the flash on him from Krako catches him off guard, and Sponge, he just dies. It just felt like there were so many ways for him to get out of that, and he just elected not to.
Pressure angles in this one, despite not having grubs.
I mean, Sponge and Yehu, they've probably played together in the past, but definitely not as much as Closer and Krako have played together. So LazyField taking a million sticks into him, as the Ren should come through, but the Renata ult is totally going to miss, as we do have LazyField to just get popped as Bull waits for it, knows how to play with the Renata, still has the bell, but he does go down after the fact. The Sponge just barely going to clean that one up. Still a winning trade here for Bro.
Actually an angle here to contest from the left side of the top lane, but I just don't see it.
Sponge doesn't have his ult, so you're missing one of your main engage options. They're still going to try to go for it as the wall comes down. Palu in a bit of trouble, but it's Kalista Renata, so yeah, just able to press a button. Trading ultimates, I suppose.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight here. Both teams not really fully set up, but Yehu having full health here is actually just going to go to the top lane, and I think that might be the contest, or the give, rather.
I mean, Sponge is here. He has his ult. He's about to get his flash, actually. The timing was uncanny that he was about to be ready for it. Now we're just having a TP behind them, and again, Yehu doesn't have TP, so he can't be part of this fight. Morgan coming in here on the Yorick, and not the best flanking character, but in this angle, I feel like it's very good, as Morgan is going to pick up the kill. And now they got a Rift Herald in mid, and yes, DRX got the mid turret, but that's all they're going to get. They're going to lose their mid turret, and they lost the Drake. A bit of pressure in top, but Yehu, he just kind of decided, I'm not helping my team. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I do think there's clearly a bit of an issue communication-wise between mid and jungle in this one. I mean,
it's because they have Kalista.
Yeah, Kalista builds tanky. And if we go to super late game, we'll have a Jack shows, and here's a Weaver's Wall.
Little opportunity here. Palu just going to set up his ult. Krako is Xinjiao, and Fate's Call available. Nice angle here, though, for Rich to come in from the top lane. Krako in a bit of trouble, just flashes away. Closer, though, getting to work on the bottom side, and Sponge can't get the kill onto Krako as they go so deep for it, but now Closer is alone, flashing in by himself. As Bull going to take a massive Scion stun to the face and just die. No Ren comes through. Krako also goes down, and DRX turned this fight around somehow, some way, as it was a very messy one. And Yehu will pick up the double kill. Morgan just in top pushing.
Messi does not do it justice for this. This fight looked like it was going to start off great for DRX, but they chased too deep. Morgan isn't deep in the side lane against a Scion that doesn't have TP or anything like that. You have the means to actually fight this straight up, although Rich may be going a little bit too deep here.
We do have the bottom lane coming on up, so Morgan in a bit of trouble, but Krako is Xinjiao, and they just turn on the LazyField. That is going to be the kill. No knock up here for Andil, and LazyField gets one, Rich gets the other. The rotation quicker
by DRX. Because of that pick there topside, Yehu can just zone with his wall. I think this one's just gone.
Yep. It's crazy to see, a couple kills in top lane manage to make its way all the way down to the Otacon, but okay, not even going to smite because you don't have to. Can save it for the Drake. They're going to try to extend to the Drake. This is on vision, though. Can be a bit risky. And now that they started immediately, Bro does come on over. But now Bro's going to start in. Now DRX have the onus on them to kind of stick around.
Yeah, remember that Weaver's Wall still up here for Yehu. Clears that wave. Closer trying to deny his flank, though. Really nice positioning here on the Azir. Here he comes and says no. I mean...
Okay, 2 walls. Which one is better? Big knockups, though, from the Nico and the Scion. Just insane stuff as in his pull underneath the Dragon, but that's not where he wanted to be. Both AD carries are down, but his 4v5 here. Yehu a bit out of mana, though. They're trying to take down Closer, and one knockup will get it done. Very close, actually. If he lives there, maybe he has enough. As Yehu flashes away, but he will go down, and no bailout comes through here.
I think we're going to coin a new phrase here, Valdez, as Palu goes down. That's Rise Group, baby!
Oh, God.
Oh, backing down. He's like, yeah, nice side laning Yorick. Side lane Scion is here with 3 grubs. And he's ulting in.
Yeah, he's ganking. And they're up against a wall and a Scion. And the wall's not going to do too much. They're trying to engage here onto Rich, who I don't think that's the target you want, guys. Krako in a lot of trouble is going to get bailed out and just die. Morgan is also here. I didn't even notice. He's already dead. And, yeah, just going to ult on top of him. Might as well. Free kill here for Lazy Feel.
Exempt. No, you're not. You're never exempt. Never in the Rise Group battle. Not going to happen. DRX going to take Baron off of this. Closer TPs to shove a wave, and I guess he got Rich's TP, but he won't get the turret, and really push things into DRX's favor. With the extra money this time, Yehu completes his Zonias, and they'll have that Void Staff here pretty soon. This Talia is massive. Sure, some shaky decision-making early on, but has really strongly been the carry for this roster mid-game and onwards.
He's farming, he's winning, he's carrying,
and Bull
he's great.
Is also an item behind now. You know, he was one of the most fed members early on. He had those 3 kills. Mountain Dragon, worth of resistances, and Mountain Soul could be on the cards this game, but even just 2 individual elemental Mountain Drakes feels pretty rough when you are the Kalista in this scenario, or the Azir, that's also significantly behind in this game, as they are really well grouped here, and Rich is pushing mid. Love the aggressive setup here for DRX.
Just going to wall him off. Kind of a safe wall. Not sure if necessary, but it's going to 100% get them this turret. So they get that inner. Only 10 seconds left, so just going to wait on the 4,000 gold Baron power play, or it was until Morgan got this turret.
Bounty?
Yeah, I mean, this vision is denied for the moment. Krako might just have to send it in. Let's see. Nope, not going to go for it. And it did go down very fast.
The Weaver's Wall was just like kind of towards Bro.
Item. So DRX is going to force their way into this one, as they know the importance of this objective as well. We are seismic shoving the Maiden. As Morgan's here because, well, this is, again, just one of those team fights where you kind of have to be here. Can't be side laning and give away the Mountain Soul. It's not going to work out very well. As follow flash, escape flash from Closer. Now, if Rich is standing here alone, maybe Closer eventually kills him.
Yeah, in 10 years, we'll still be watching it, but...
Still no Void Staff.
Redemption.
Nice engage here from the side of Andel. Is going to get into the corner, but we do have a safe Azir who's doing a decent amount of damage. Sponge trying to take down Closer, but he gets bailed out as well. The tops of the fight is going all the way of DRX, and eventually Closer goes down, and DRX say, oh, we didn't want that dragon anyway. We'll just get a quad kill for Lazy Feel.
Lazy Feel before the game, looking like he was feeling the pressure, playing this matchup. Didn't go well for him at level 1. But he gets the last laugh in the end, assassinates Bull in the final team fight, and DRX will walk down mid to end the game. Big comeback in this one after what was a rocky mid-game here for Bro. Bro had, I feel like, all the cards in this one, but they certainly did not utilize them to their full potential. And Rich is just going to tank turrets as the Nexus explodes, and DRX take game 1 here. Yehu feeling himself. You know, not the greatest Weaver Walls we've ever seen, you know. I don't think you wanted to play Lee Sin into this draft. I mean, there is some level of backline access you could try to get,
Paperman?
Paperman, I'm not into it. I think you need something with a little bit more damage.
He is made of paper.
Which usually is the case with the Jace into Rumble. And a fast back here as well for Krako, who has a 2 longsword advantage, but he's still playing against a Trundle.
Yeah. about that. We have some trading in mid as well. Saw Yehu go in. Sponge eating a ton of shuriken damage, and he's sticking around. He is going to smite it down, but the red buff is ticking on the Sponge. Follow-up with the flash, and it's so easy. Sponge should have seen that coming.
Hold on.
Okay, they're going to just kill him then. Yeah, Yehu able to get over. Closer not.
That was really quite close, though, to be honest. Like, if Yehu just dies there, then it's 2 kills for the Zed here, but unfortunately Krako is very far away. I don't think this is going to be possible to contest. They can stop Yehu from getting over, but what does that really mean?
I mean, it looks like he wants to get in, but the pillar should zone him away. They want to try to turn onto Yehu, who's just going to go back in. He has Magnet Storm, and now Paulo in a lot of trouble. And he's, oh, the stun! The stun, it saved him!
That is pretty significant. You know, if he ends up going down there, I might be starting to draft the obituary here for this early game for Bro, but every -1 counts.
Morgan is trying to bait something here. Equalizer coming down. No flash for Rich, who is just going to get Zedded here in just a little bit. Burnt down by Morgan, and Krako didn't even have to ult.
Even though Zed doesn't have CC to gank, when you're that far up the lane, he does a lot of damage, and that will put you in the death chamber of CC, where you can't move or act. It's actually the best form.
Yeah, Storm doesn't do all too much. Just zones them away.
We've talked about how Trundle loves to do grubs, but I don't think that was really the reason why he was able to get all 3. He's just there first, and there wasn't enough control over the river.
Not too much happening at this moment, so I got a little update from G-Sun about the rule book.
Yes.
That was updated on March 28th. As might have to hold that thought, as Morgan's going in here, but he's getting baited, actually, as the Trundle is here. Flash available for Morgan, but he just elects to die instead. So Rich, nice job baiting him out there. Good timing from Sponge to be up in the top side.
Not griefing the system.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like that. Paulo does not have ult.
Yeah, he's going to get ulted himself, actually. Krako goes in and does a little bit of damage to Sponge. Now we got chains flying in from off screen, but they're not going to really do anything. Lazyfield does have to flash. Oh, very close to taking him down, actually. But still, Lazyfield gets away. Yeah, that's just the state of the grubs nowadays. It's like they went down for some, yeah. Anyway, we're looking for this dragon. We can take Drake. And Sponge is getting to work on this, but that ult's not going to do all too much, kind of interrupted by the pillar. And now the TP coming in, DRX are just abandoning ship. So they say, we didn't even need this one. Zehu's going in. Gotta be careful, just an aggressive trade. He's not overcommitting. But yeah, they already have 1 Drake, so they say it's fine. We'll get your TP, and we'll get Rich some money.
Infernal Soul as well.
You called it.
So denying a really impactful dragon. Ooh, that's...
That happened.
Oh, let's pan over here.
Krako? Okay, he's just going to ult on in. And maybe a turn here on a Sponge, but he's quite tanky here on the Trundle with that subjugate. And yeah, he's just unkillable at this point in the game. Even the Equalizer comes down, and it's not quite enough. Finally, Bull is able to get some damage in. Lazyfield coming on over as well. Ondel is dead. They're going to leave him with the fishes. And Yehu is playing Silas.
Outplay there with the dash. They're going to be set at angles where both of them can poke consistently.
Yeah.
He's not going to be poking right now. He's going to melee for him.
Yeah, Ondel's going to Hex Flash this wall, and Morgan is going to flash away, but I don't know. Do they have the damage to take down the Rumble? They do, barely, but Ondel is going to go down. TP does come in, so it's still a win.
And as a result, it ends up being Morgan getting a kill and Ondel getting a kill. Rich will get some shared gold, of course, out of it. And Bro, after that trade up, are going to go ahead and take this Rift Herald. It's going to be a Herald for a turret. That's feats of strength, though, to DRX, as they were able to get the turret first.
Yeah. It feels like Little have the better poke and team fighting, as you were talking about. We do have this Rift Herald dropped here in mid. I feel like this might be able to get this mid turret. Not on the crash, but just a little bit more.
Yeah, with this next wave, they should be able to get it. Rich is looking for a flank. He's going to miss that shock blast. That should just be the turret here. And they don't have to hard force. This is a big win for Bro. You can now kind of try to force their way into this choke point and get that control. Yehu could look to TP in. And I think this is a really important dragon fight for DRX. If they give this over to Bro, it gives them so much critical time and damage and scaling to this Victor composition. As it looks like they're just going to trade turret for Bro. Like, Bro? They are going to get the dragon, right?
Eventually.
Like, now Rich could maybe steal this. Like, okay, he won't, but that was a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's like they're scrambling to try to get back on the map, but
You know, a lot of time was wasted for Croco. They're actually just going to get this in there. I think this is a great choice. At least get the equalizer. So much damage done, and I think they still get it, man. Equalizer be damned.
they killed it so quickly. What is Stegon doing?
Kind of cruise over because they know everyone's just backing there. They know Croco's not here. He is going to catch the mid-wave instead, though.
Bro?
And like he's like, I guess they're not coming. Rich is like, well, I'm not going either. And that's like, it's just like one little jungle interaction like that when you have Otacon on the side of the map where you have that side lane pressure is trying to now group up here to punish Yehu.
Well, that was unfortunate. Sponge is, he's going to subjugate, and he gets a shield. Maybe he lives. No. Full one ability. Oh, Paulo just pops like a balloon as in goes Croco onto Lazy Field. Not a lot of peel for him. He doesn't have flash. No arcane shift. And that's what that Zed is there for. Andal just on the run. Looks like Rich also going to go down in mid as now we got a Zed ult coming in from Yehu as he's going to get a kill. Hops back. But not a lot of ways to get out of here. Waiting for his cooldowns. Does get over. Immediately stunned. And yeah, just immediately dies.
That's
Bro
massive.
is going to get that shutdown. What is this angle?
Orange Stegon. He's loving it. And I mean, I was looking at the whole situation right before that being like, man, full momentum against them, but the farming matchup, so to speak. He has 3 kills now. He is big, and you know, this comp does a lot of damage. And if Paulo's in the right place, like, they will kill anyone.
They're very deep engaging onto a Leona. Can they kill Andal on time is really the question. TP does come in for Morgan, but now we're going to have Bull go down immediately as Bro are in an awkward spot. The equalizer's okay. And I feel like DRX could have pushed the envelope a little bit more there, but the equalizer...
It might be too late, Valdez. They do not have a turret here.
DRX also playing this very carefully. The engage comes in on a Lazy Field. It will be a ton of damage with the Zed on top of it, as now that's a nice trade. And now Yehu going 1v1 versus Morgan. Tries to re-engage, but misses. He's burning down. It's a kill for Bro, actually. As Sponge still chasing Closer. Finally gets the kill, but he will be traded out as Bro win the fight. Blue buff picked up for Bro.
This is looking really rough here for DRX if they can't find that Sylas flank. He's still flanking. Edge of Night gone.
And he's spotted immediately on the flank. Andal now going to be targeted here on his flank as they try to go in on a Morgan, but Andal's getting so low. Flash on into Rich, who will be taken out by Croco, who does take a lot of damage, though. Palu is going to go down. Lazyfield and Yehu are totally fine. Flash on in from Lazyfield. Going to miss that Q, though. It doesn't matter. He's able to hop on in, and our resident Bro is not very happy with this scenario. This would have been the moment for Bro to close it out.
Yeah, it was a really awkward angle for dealing with the Sylas flank, and Paulo moved away, so he couldn't actually quite get the Rel Magnet Storm engage, like the hijack engage he was looking for, but he ended up getting the equalizer as everyone else was engaging onto a Leona. Okay, he's fine.
It was really cool to see Andal taxi in and then flash Q Closer, because Closer is really dangerous, as you mentioned before. He just hit his death cap, and Andal made sure that he wasn't a part of that fight, as now Andal taking a bunch of damage, but now they're kind of stuck between the pillar and the wall. Andal is going to go down, though. The counter engage comes in. The equalizer doesn't do all too much. Lazyfield is able to zone everybody away by himself. DRX, they trade supports, but it definitely feels like they're in control of this one as Lazy takes down the turret.
But, I mean, he could just come over here and buy time, stall them out,
Yeah, he has
and
flash.
the Baron's just gone.
Yeah, they didn't have the best Baron team in the game, but they had a good enough one. And they're able to burst it down. TP's gone. Bro, you already lost the Baron. It doesn't feel like it's enough.
It just doesn't feel relevant to me. I mean, you and I have had this conversation so many times about, like, if it doesn't have CC, you can't play it in the mid lane.
CC
that's
is
a turret.
CC is king for sure.
I just think that's always kind of been the way of modern League of Legends. And there are some champions that can get away with it. Vote brigading. I'm not sure. Croco, he doesn't have CC.
Yeah, he doesn't have his ability to jump to anyone either. He's going to hop back finally, but taking a lot of damage. Now Lazyfield taking the 1v1. Bull flashing over. Lazyfield flashes into Closer, just dies. That didn't have to happen.
It didn't have to happen, and he could tell he was a little bit flustered there. Up with the Baron. It was likely going to be the deciding fight here in this game.
It's in 3 minutes. We're already setting up vision.
Line for him.
Yeah. Well, and the poke is real.
Yeah, those basically every summoner is up outside of Lazy Field. This is up in 20 seconds here. I mean, this is going to be the game-deciding fight here. 15 seconds on Infernal Soul. And Yahoo, like you said, he's pushing, threatening this inhibitor turret, and does have the teleport. They need to be decisive, they need to be fast.
They're going in on the Rich. I think he might just die here, but a lot of damage does go to Paulo, and Rich lives somehow. But DRX are being roped into a weird fight. They might just try to keep them around and go for the Nexus.
I mean, yeah, Rich could TP. Rich could TP into the base. He's just going to get away with this back for free. Yeah. Bro have to be fast here.
They're trying to stop the backs. They're not going to be able to. Morgan is going to back. We got double TPs coming in. I don't think DRX can end this game.
I don't think so. Can they win this fight? I don't think so either.
Dead. LazyField's dead. So is Rich. Should be Infernal Soul for the side of Bro now.
Snap call to go for the end does not work out. Inhibitor, which means that that's going to have to be dealt with here. But like I mentioned before, the fact that they have this Infernal Soul will help them with wave clear. And now they're going to turn their eyes to the Baron. They can have the defensive Baron buff, and that bottom inhibitor is going to mean very little. I mean, Yahoo does have TP, but I don't think he'll be able to end on his own. Not without some crazy heroics here from Sponge and Andil to stop backs. I mean, he is walking towards mid. That wave is not stacked up just yet, but this Baron is fast enough to where I think that if he tried it, they would just empower Baron recall. And what they have right now, though, 2,000 gold is a lot, but they want an inhibitor.
There's that damage. This is what Krako's supposed to try to do, and he dies through all the shields.
I mean, he's full build. He's full build. I mean, you know, you mentioned trading your life for it. He doesn't have to trade his life this time. No 80 carry means with the last 45 seconds of this Baron, they can get some real damage done in the base.
I think they might just be able to end it without LazyField. You see that Rich is going to have to try to clear the waves. Yahoo doesn't really do that very well, not against Baron.
They don't have Infernal Soul and Bro do, so they can clear any spawning minions so fast. They have insane poke with this Varus too. The siege is fantastic.
All right, we're going to see a Chaos Storm on the ground as Paulo is going pretty deep, but he wants to get that kill on a Sponge. Yahoo goes in. He's got a Storm up here as desperately trying to clear the champions. Krako getting pretty low himself, one chomp away, but it doesn't matter. Sponge only going to get that kill. And we have a series on our hands here, a Rise Group series going to a game number 3.
I look at these two drafts, and obviously it's game 3 Fearless, and things get a little bit murky, things get a little bit tougher to suss out, like in terms of, you know, when you see two comps like this that aren't necessarily as meta or as strong. Bro are gonna PvE this dragon.
Remember when there was a week there where we were like, if we just talk about ice cream, action will happen. And then it actually worked for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna work in this scenario.
No, the Draven Prio into the center lane is going to mean first dragon goes to Bro. Simple, but exactly what you're looking for. This time, no Sponge steal. I think they're going to fight a little bit, fellas. I think the champions might attack each other.
Okay. Let's see. We got ults coming on from both sides, actually. Full-on engage into that backline as down goes Sponge immediately. This is the episode where SpongeBob dies, I guess, as down he goes, and now Yahoo's in trouble. And, Bro, they pull the trigger so quickly that DRX could not respond.
Is a lot more relevant during the actual team fight. Puts them into 1,000 gold. The advantage here, as well as will be the triple grub secures.
Oh, okay. We got gameplay. We're back in the game. Are we?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. This is where we paused, actually. So I don't believe we had a chrono break. Either way, we're going to be going in. Rich seems to be dead. Takes a big snip to the face, and the knockup comes in. Palu, he is just the better ganking support. And he gets Morgan a double kill.
Okay, well, I'd say that's a little low. Maybe 750.
Maybe, yeah.
Because 20 CS plus 202. They're both sitting on their first item.
Which has a kill. I don't know.
Well, Morgan may drop a little bit here if he does, in fact, die to this gank. It does not have flash, but he is Gwen. No TP for Closer to bail him out, so it's just going to be a 1v4. Good luck, Closer!
All right, we'll see what happens. He gets those extra resistances. He does not get feared. They're still going for the dive here. Zondo with Aftershock. It's going to tank it up, but he doesn't have flash.
Closer's
he still
coming.
Gets away.
He doesn't go all the way.
Meanwhile,
X's. He had boots, you know,
Well,
he was flying fast. So yeah, as you say, they still get the first turret. Bull gets a ton of free time with this.
Side of DRX, so I feel like that's where it kind of falls short. But still, you know, you take a little fight, you back away, you regen, maybe you can go for an objective like that. If it gets closer later on, it's still going to be very valuable.
Okay, yep, the sound is gone. It seems like one of our observers has the bug. So, apologies in advance for that. This is not a bug, he's just Gatling gunning the wave. And Yehu's gonna engage on him.
Yep, not going to hit the charm,
Whoa,
but
that flash!
still a ton of damage coming in onto the Corki. And yeah, Closer's going to go down. That's a shutdown. Closer, or rather, Krako does have to flash.
Just charge right behind him. No punish on the Draven. And they're just chilling. I mean, like, side lane control is Closers.
Yeah, to move forward and get vision. They can't really do that. Rich's top lane, I think they're just agreeing to give this one away, which is okay for now, but there's going to be a lot of pressure here in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Would have felt better if, like, he got that before the Dragon and that got them feats of strength. It's a chill bro and brew game now.
It's a DRX and drink.
Yeah.
It's a bro and brew. Also a bro and brew, apparently. Closer is dead. Not a lot of help for him, as eventually Paulo does come over. We got a TP as well, but it's kind of wasted as the play is already done.
Especially considering that they didn't have the ability to fight for that. I think this is definitely the right call. I think a lot of people might be going, oh, bro, just let him have it. But I think this was the play that was going to be the highest chance of bro getting something back. And it's on the bottom side of the map where they want to have control for this next Dragon in a minute 30 anyways. Experience in a moment. Isn't life, they're getting more.
Yeah, we're fighting in bot lane. That's just going to be a flash away from the Poppy ults. So Rich will live. Bit of a follow-up on Apollo. No depth charge here, but potential for another hook to land. And also the Nocturne to come on in, and Apollo starts running the other way. As he knows, he is dead. Unfortunately, that's going to give that kill over to Yehu, who really loves it. Take a look at Yehu's items here. Already has the death cap.
Yeah, he's
second in the turret down. But just thinking about it for now. There's the turret, and now he's TPing. So yes, we will be fighting over this objective, but they're already on it.
It's too late, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they're zoning them away as well. Yehu trying to do his best at that, but this objective will go the way of DRX. Smite comes in. Fight trying to be forced here by the side of Bro. They're going to get their Gwen in it. As the Paranoia is used, and it looks like Ando might be sacrificed here. If they can get this kill over to Bull, that will be huge.
I think that's exactly what they're looking to do.
They definitely should, and they will. That's a very good call, as he does get a massive cash in.
1400.
Big money. And now we're in fighting over the blue buff. The Sponge in a lot of trouble. He's quite tanky, actually, for a Nocturne, but he's still going to go down as Clorky gets the kill. And we got a 1v1 on the left side here. Morgan just bullying Rich out a little bit. No Baron just yet, but we got a minute until it. Just going to be the kill for now.
Yehu looking for something.
Okay. He's making plays. He's trying to do something. He's going back in, and he's got one more charge. He's going to be keeping a close eye on that one. The charm is very good, but can they get the follow-up? Yes, they will, actually. Lazyfield going to get that one, as now one stun could do it. Morgan just going to snip him to death instead, as they do go very deep for this, but now Rich is here. Looking to get the follow-up. This Ambessa could go crazy in this fight, as Bo is in a lot of trouble. He will be going down. Clorky can't get away. That's another one going to Rich, as he has gone insane mode in this fight, and he will pick up the double by the end of it all.
This is really reminiscent of the game one fight where you were winning it, you could have walked away, and you just went all in. Dragon is spawning here. Bro have another opportunity to team fight for it. You know, right now Morgan has bottom side control, but isn't actually relevant in the fight, as Yehu's looking for a really cool angle. Love that control ward.
You got the Poppy ult here. Finally going to come through, but that's just the Nautilus. And Yehu's here. I mean, it's going to do a huge chunk, and that sets up the Ambessa perfectly. As will they even get the kill? I'm not even sure. It's a ton of pokes come out. They're going to get a couple of kills outside of that, but the snowball continues rolling as they get that Ocean Drake, and they win a big team fight.
As there's just no way. Kraku got up for 5 seconds, and I mean, Bull doesn't even have ult, so I don't think they're really worried about anything. They have a control ward in the pit. I mean, it's almost interesting that Bro even showed up to be in the area, because it's gone.
Yeah, he did. He was hitting a front target from a weird angle, but it's a guaranteed charm, essentially, if they don't know where you're coming from. So it's a do. So just a really intelligent play.
And you have to be,
Yahoo.
I mean, there's really, at this point, almost 3 carries for Bro, but you have to be really well set up to use them. If your comp is getting picked apart piece by piece like that, and it's a really scrappy fight, then it doesn't matter that you still have a Draven, that you still have a Corki. It's just not going to work out, as now this is going to be another inner down. DRX, 4,000, 5,000 nearly on the table here for the gold lead. Turn on you and kill you, and even if they don't, I don't know if you could really make a play here. They kind of just have to sit back and watch their inhibitor turrets go. I mean, they have plenty of flank wards, but I just don't think that sending Morgan into the backline there is a recipe for success.
Of the guy he replaced in Teddy at this point in the game. Trying to turn on to Rich here, but again, he has GA, and the turn from the side of DRX is so quick! And Bro, seriously underestimating the ability for them to turn into this one as Paulo gets the knockaway, but this fight is already over. I mean, Bull is charmed, he's dead, it's a triple, we got a penta angle for Lazy Feel. Quadra comes in.
One more.
Paulo's on the run. He's not going to give this one over. He is quickly running to the fountain. And I don't think he's going to give the penta over, but it's still going to be a win here for DRX.
You deny the penta, but you can't stop the DRX upset that only Wadid saw coming.
Paulo's back. He's going in. He's giving it over. And it goes to Sponge.
Oh man, Lazy Feel, he said something really loud when that happened, and I'm not sure what he said, but it might.
No.
We'll either find out what he said in the closing comms, or it will be edited out. GG to this one, DRX upset Bro.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.